Hi, I'm Lynn Cockrum-Murphy, and I'm here to talk to you about people, books, interviews, upcoming podcasts. Today's the first day, so I'm just getting started. I am an author, a teacher, multiple types of teacher, because I taught school for 30 years. I was a resource room teacher or a teacher for kids with mild disabilities, teaching reading and things like that. But I'm also a spiritual teacher. I teach classes and I work with people one-on-one for all the areas of personal growth and spiritual growth that they are looking for. I am a healer. I have been since I was a teenager. Now, mostly I like to use theta healing. It's my favorite. I'm a channel. I don't channel much for people. I like to reach those higher states of consciousness and allow that energy and that knowing and that wisdom just to flow rather than doing formal channeling. It's kind of like that was a thing of the past, not a thing of the present. And I'm a lifelong learner. And I mention that because as much as I have education and degrees and things like that, I still love finding a good book and learning what's next, taking another class. In fact, I'm also a counselor, a substance abuse counselor, and I just signed up for another class. That we have to get our credits to keep our license, but just one more workshop. So fun, love it. So the books that I have written that I wanted to mention to you today, the first one was Living Hope. And on other occasions, I'll read to you some excerpts out of them. Living Hope is mostly my story from the traumas and the tragedies and the things that happened when I was young, and then how they helped turn me into the person I am today. They happened when I was so young. It really was formulative in developing my personality and my compassion. So that's quite a story. It makes some people cry. Other people really relate to it. So if you read it, send me a note. I'd love to know how it hit you. The next one was Unfolding the Mystery of Self. And this one is about all those spiritual and miraculous moments that we have when like synchronistic events, and how deja vu, when you have that feeling and then later on you see, oh, that's what that was about. So it's about little miracles in daily life. The next one, so those were nonfiction and very personal. But then I switched to fiction. This is Journey with Matthew, book 1, Awakening. And it's a delightful story of two young men who go out in the world in ancient times and the things that they discover. And they're very spiritual beings. One in particular, the other one is like opening to that, and that's why it's called Awakening. So they're very fun reads. They're very little heavy stuff in it, mostly examples, just told through story. I mean, there are some powerful events in it, but it's not meant to be heavy. It's a nice, very nice read. And that book's also available through Amazon as an audiobook for people who'd rather listen than read. It's one of those. And then book 2 in that series is coming out. I think I'm working on another copy of it, another proof, where you go in and you read and find all the little tiny errors. So I'm doing that, but it should be out, gosh, could be by the end of this month. Okay. Other things that I'll be doing in the podcasts, one is body scans, and it's a technique I learned through theta healing, where with the person's permission, I bring my consciousness over their head, go in and look at the body. It's a remote viewing. Look inside their body, and I ask that I know, hear, and understand what is important for that person to know today or to hear from me today. So those are body scans, and they're really fun. I'll do a lot of those because people love them. It's you might get physical information, but sometimes you get psychological or spiritual information. Another thing I'll be doing is interviews, and I have a list already of 8 people that I want to interview. The first one I'm doing this Friday, March 5th at 2:00. I'm interviewing Doug Murphy. For today, we're calling him Renaissance Man. That's one of the ways he describes himself. So I think you'll enjoy him. The interviews are going to include all kinds of people: healers, people with knowledge, people with experiences that you're going to want to know about. They're not all healers. Some are also authors. Some live in Arizona, and some, I know one of them lives in Georgia. So just from all over. And that's just the beginning. Podcasting is really a fun way to communicate and connect, especially since we're still in a pandemic. Connection's so important. So this is one more avenue. And there are a million podcasters out there. So as you experience mine, I invite you to tell your other friends about it and invite them to check it out. Each one will be a little different because, like I said, some will be interviews, but other times I'll be doing body scans. And I will invite you to join me so you can be the one who gets the body scan. You don't have to be in the same room with me. I think I'm going to close for now. My website is Cockrum-Murphy.com. And there's a hyphen between Cockrum and Murphy. Cockrum-Murphy.com. If you want to look and learn more about me, there's also contact information. I do sessions with people, whether they include a body scan or a reading or, different kinds of sessions. I told you I'm also a counselor. So you can contact me and sign up for a session if you would rather have that. The website also talks about programs that I have, like a 3-month conscious connecting program where I just work with you over and over and over to help you in your own conscious connection with that which is greater than us. Get all the benefit from that. So check it out, LynnCockrum-Murphy.com. And I'm going to wrap it up. No sense in talking when there's, when it's all been said. So I will see you Friday the 5th. That's 2 days from now at 2:00. And we'll have our first interview. And each week I'll be telling you what's coming up next week and the next week. Okay. Love and light to you. May you know how valuable you are, how blessed and loved you are. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.